Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. My name is Michael Corgiat, and I am one of the retirement-focused advisors here at the Retirement Group. Welcome. Appreciate you joining me today. Today we're going to talk about Roth IRAs and Roth conversions, an interesting subject that I think you will find very valuable as part of your overall retirement planning. We at the Retirement Group focus on working with the employees of many Fortune 500 companies around the country and have for years. We are a team of advisors with more than 150 years of experience. Myself personally, I've been an advisor for more than 30 years. We have offices nationwide, very knowledgeable on the 401ks, pension, and medical benefits of the employers that we do a lot of work with, some of which are AT&T, Caterpillar, Boeing, ExxonMobil, and Chevron, GlaxoSmithKline, and Merck, just to name a few. And then our complementary financial analysis, or our Retire Kit, is one of the most beneficial resources that we have to offer, and we'd really be happy to put one together for you. The Retire Kit is a snapshot of your current financial situation, and it will give you a really good idea if you're on the right track. Basically, it's a retirement plan, and whether retirement is a month away, a year away, or 5 years away, the sooner you start planning, the better off you're going to be. Now, this resource is amongst one of the many resources, including these on-demand webinars that we do. We record all of them, and they're all available both on our website, theretirementgroup.com, as well as our YouTube page where we keep all of the webinars. And then if you would, scan this QR code and it will take you to our LinkedIn page. There, amongst other things, you can find a schedule of our future webinars. All of us, the advisors and the firm, are constantly publishing articles on all sorts of different great subjects that are very helpful. And a lot of other good information can be found on our LinkedIn page. So please, check it out. Let's go ahead and dive into our presentation and talk about first Roth conversions. It's a strategy that will allow you to bypass the Roth contribution limits, which right now maximum for someone over the age of 75 is, over the age of 50 is $7,500. You can make a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA. I want to repeat that, a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA, and then turn around and convert that IRA into a Roth IRA. There are income limitations for both single people and married couples that can stop you from potentially going directly into a Roth IRA, but this will allow you to bypass those income limits. I'll show you a diagram and the 401k Roth strategy, as well as we'll talk about taxations on withdrawals, and I've got a specific example to talk about. But again, here's the simple diagram I mentioned. Rather than going directly into a Roth IRA, you just bypass it by using the non-deductible IRA and then converting it up to $7,500 if you're over 50, $6,500 if you're under the age of 50. The 401k Roth conversion strategies is a little different. The great thing about this opportunity is that there is a maximum contribution right now of $66,000 that can be put into a 401k. That includes pre-tax, Roth 401k, as well as after-tax contributions. So the maximum contribution you can make to the 401k if you're under the age of 50 is $22,500 this year. Under the assumption that there is no company match, and most companies have a match, you can put up to $43,500 in additional monies into your 401k on an after-tax basis. And this will allow you, whatever you do decide to contribute, you can take these funds and later take them out and convert them and put them into a Roth IRA. So the after-tax contributions beyond your pre-tax or your Roth 401k contributions can be made. I have to point out that not all 401k plans allow this option altogether. I'll give you one example. AT&T employees have the option to do this. Caterpillar employees do not have the option to do this. Just to give you a couple of examples. So if you've got the ability to set aside more money on a payroll deducted basis, this is one great way of doing it. First, you can maximize your pre-tax or your Roth 401k contributions, get your full company match, and then whatever the difference is, and let's just say it's even $10 or $15 or $20,000, you could put that into the 401k on an after-tax basis, and then at the end of the year, roll it out and put it into a Roth IRA. This will allow you to potentially maximize your after-tax contributions and actually maximize a Roth IRA beyond the current caps, which are $6,500 or $7,500 if you're over the age of 50. You can also take out your after-tax principal earnings and move those into a Roth as well. This is a significant retirement planning vehicle where you could get a lot of money into an after-tax, tax-free growth vehicle where you won't have limitations as far as withdrawals and RMDs, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And I think this graph, this slide right here will help bring this all together for you, all right? So, again, we've got an individual who's going to contribute the maximum of $22,500. Again, we have a catch-up contribution that can be made on top of that, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Got an employer match of $2,000 in this example, so this individual can take up to $41,500 and put that into the plan on an after-tax basis. At the end of the year, they can take that after-tax money and roll it out and into a Roth IRA. This can be done year after year after year. So you could get a significant amount of money into a Roth IRA outside of the limitations that you have by making just traditional Roth IRA contributions. And it's a great planning tool. I have a number of clients who take advantage of this. Granted, it is money that you've already paid taxes on. So if you believe that taxes are going to be either equal to or higher in the future at retirement, which you just never know with the politicians in Washington, you're going to be better off to try and take advantage of this strategy moving forward as far as your overall retirement planning strategy. Those taxation on those withdrawals in a traditional 401k and an IRA, you can make penalty-free withdrawals after the age of 59 and a half. I stress that after the age of 59 and a half, but it is taxed at current income levels. These are pre-tax contributions to your 401k and pre-tax contributions to your IRA. You also have the RMDs to worry about. Required minimum distributions are mandatory distributions that for most people now will be at the age of 73. This just went up with the new Secure Act 2.0. It was at 72, and in the previous years it was at 70 and a half. These assets can also pass on to your beneficiaries subject to no taxation. Okay? So with that said, the beneficiary will have to pay taxes on the pre-tax money, but there is no taxation for beneficiaries on the Roth funds, and there's no mandatory distributions for the Roth funds. It's bottom line, it's penalty and tax-free once the money has been in the plan for 5 years and you reach the age of 59 and a half. Now, I do want to point one thing out. You can get money out of your 401k prior to 59 and a half under what's called the post-55 tax treatment. It's a special way of making income withdrawals or just in general withdrawals from a 401k if you've reached the age of 55. Those are also penalty-free withdrawals. So to summarize, an IRA or 401k pre-tax, mandatory distributions, it is going to be taxed at some point in time. When it passes to your beneficiary, it will be subject to taxation as well. Whereas the penalty on the Roth IRA doesn't exist. There's no mandatory distributions and no taxation for beneficiaries. Here's a simple example of just that, and I really just want to point this out because with a Roth IRA, if you believe that taxes are going to be higher or equal to or higher in the future, you are definitely going to benefit from this strategy moving forward, as you could see with the Roth numbers versus the IRA figures. So with that said, I think this is a great planning strategy. It's just one of many things for you to consider. And not all Americans have the ability to make a contribution in addition to their 401k contributions, but some folks do. And this is a great strategy that will allow you to set more after-tax money aside, but allow it to grow tax-free. Take the time to schedule a meeting. Let us put together a plan for you. If you scan the QR code here on the left, you could schedule a meeting with myself or one of my colleagues. Again, the QR code on the right is our LinkedIn page. You could call our office at 1-800-900-5867 or send us an email at info@theretirementgroup.com. And one of my colleagues in San Diego will be happy to reach out to you. I'd look forward to the chance to speak with you as well. So I hope this has been helpful. I see we've got a couple of questions, so let me go ahead and get into the questions. Just a moment here. Okay. The first question is now a good time to do a Roth conversion if my portfolio is down? This is a great question. And yes, it is a great time to do a Roth conversion. If you believe in the investments that you've got in your IRA, in other words, if you believe in the underlying investments are going to do well, but they happen to be down right now because the overall market is down, the economy, we've got some issues potentially, interest rates going up, all these sorts of things, it is a great time to do the conversion because you're going to pay tax on a smaller amount of money. And then when the market does recover, which it will do, you'll be better off and all that future growth will be tax-free. So that's the first question. Another great question here. With a Roth conversion, you said I need to pay taxes now. What is the break even? Good two-part question. Yes, money that you're going to put into the Roth is always going to be money that's paid. You're going to pay taxes on it now, or you've already paid taxes on it, let's just say in this tax year. So yes, those taxes are paid currently. What's the break-even point? Well, since you're putting after-tax money in, you're putting in less dollars than as if you put money in on a pre-tax basis. Simple example would be after taxes, you put 80 cents in versus putting $1 in pre-tax. The 80 cents obviously has to work a little harder than the dollar does, but the dollar you're going to pay taxes on all the growth down the road. It's certainly better to do all this when you're 40 than when you're 60, but bottom line, this benefits everyone. The break even could be anywhere from 5 to 15 years. It depends on your current tax situation. But I do hope that helps answer that question. And here, one final question. Can you do an analysis and calculate if Roth conversions make sense? The answer is yes. We have calculators that we can plug in all the figures and give you an idea whether the Roth conversion will make sense and really when the break-even point will be. So all you have to do is ask us. Give us a call at 1-800-900-5867 or send us an email. Again, hopefully you scanned those QR codes. I really appreciate all your time today. I welcome your feedback and have a great day.